sat up there and said that her daughter's birthday was the same as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence were born on August 15th. All right. None of her children were born on August 15th.
Now I understand why Ryan Reynolds was threatened by having his wife Blake Lively around Justin Baldoni. Apparently at the time that Blake Lively met Ryan Reynolds, she was living her best life, shall we say.
Do your daughters ever criticize your outfits?
Oh, yeah. No, one of my daughters has the same birthday as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence, so if you imagine like those two blended.
A few moments later.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
So Penn Badgley was just on Call Her Daddy, and he didn't have a whole lot to say about his time with Blake Lively, but let's revisit that era. So Penn and Blake began dating in 2007. And in August of 2009, Blake and Ben Affleck started filming The Town.
Jennifer Garner is one of the most beautiful actresses around, but she has a complicated personal life and she actually hates Blake Lively over an affair. Everything seemed happy on the surface. Things changed heavily relationship-wise in 2010 when Ben Affleck directed and also starred in the movie The Town and cast Blake Lively to be his girlfriend in the film. It was reported the casting did bother Jennifer Garner because both her and Ben Affleck were 38 years old at the time, while Blake Lively was just 23 years old, and there were a lot of scenes where Ben Affleck would be making out with her.
And this was around the time that Ben Affleck was married to Jennifer Garner. So while there were rumors about Blake and Ben, we couldn't actually confirm anything.
Not only that, none of them were born in August. Her daughters that she alluded to, she said, was born in August. Well, they were born in September, October, and December.
Then Blake begins production in 2010 on The Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds, who at the time was married to Scarlett Johansson, still dating Penn Badgley. And rumors start to swirl about the two of them. Then by the end of 2010, Blake breaks up with Penn Badgley and Ryan Reynolds divorces Scarlett Johansson.
But to make it worse, Ben Affleck, who was the director of the movie, instructed Blake Lively to have several scenes where he makes out with her and also touches her body intensely. There's clearly no objection from Blake Lively, who said she got along very well with Ben Affleck, and the two did a media tour together where many people in the press noticed they were flirting intensely during interviews.
Then we get to 2011. Immediately after her breakup with Penn Badgley, she starts dating Leonardo DiCaprio. And then we have this big naughty photo scandal where these photos hit the internet. They were published on Perez Hilton, and her publicist comes out, denies it. They have Perez remove the photos. And then somewhere along the line, she breaks up with Leonardo DiCaprio and goes official with Ryan Reynolds.
The problem was Ben Affleck had to pull out of doing the movie because Jennifer Garner forbid Ben Affleck from working with the film on Ryan Reynolds because she knew she'd have to interact with Blake Lively again. It was another confirmation to the public that Ben Affleck and Blake Lively were linked together in an affair, and Jennifer Garner just never wanted to see her again, which was why she was refusing to do any events with her near her. During that period, Ryan Reynolds was actually married to Scarlett Johansson, who he got married to after a brief relationship of dating for only 6 months in 2008. Like rumors that happened during filming The Town of Ben Affleck cheating on Jennifer Garner with Blake Lively, there were now new rumors of filming during Green Lantern of Ryan Reynolds cheating with Blake Lively on Scarlett Johansson. And that happened from members of the Green Lantern crew who leaked information to the press that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively were leaving their trailers to go get a hotel room and stay together while filming.
What do you get when you mix a fake birthday, a Hollywood marriage blow-up, and a casual witch insult on a superhero set? Apparently, the final nail in the coffin of Blake Lively's good girl PR image. Because let's be real, when Jennifer Garner, queen of grace and baked goods, throws shade, you know it's not just tea, it's a whole freaking cauldron. It started with a blink and you'll miss it moment. A behind-the-scenes Deadpool set video from 2024 showed Jennifer joking to a statue of Scarlet Witch, saying, "This is where I go to commune with Blake Lively." Harmless? Maybe. But the internet didn't buy it. Not when this clip dropped right as Blake was being dragged for telling a totally made-up story on Seth Meyers about her daughter sharing a birthday with Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. Spoiler alert.
Now, she's denied the naughty photo scandal, but her face was in them. Like, it was kind of obvious. I mean, unless it was one of the twins from Another Simple Favor. Maybe that's what it was. It was one of her twins.
None of her kids were born in August. Viewers fact-checked. Twitter spiraled, Reddit lit up. And suddenly, what looked like a quirky mom moment turned into a deep dive into lies, lost friendships, and maybe even a whole decade-long cheating scandal. And that's when the pieces started clicking into place. Because Jennifer's little witch line wasn't just shade, it was personal. A reminder of a time when her marriage to Ben Affleck was falling apart, while he was filming The Town with a then 23-year-old Blake Lively, who just so happened to be cast as his love interest in a string of steamy scenes that had insiders raising eyebrows. Oh, and let's not forget the Scarlett Johansson connection. Yeah, Blake's not exactly batting zero when it comes to relationship wreckage. So buckle up, because this isn't just some old Hollywood fling gossip. It's a tangled web of sneaky shade, whispered feuds, career-damaging lies, and receipts that are finally seeing daylight in 2025. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll never look at Blake Lively the same again. All right, let's rewind to 2010, when the town was more than just a gritty Boston heist flick. Behind the scenes, it was the birthplace of a scandal that still haunts everyone involved.
But now I understand why Ryan Reynolds may have been a little sussed out on the set of It Ends With Us with Justin Baldoni. I mean, have you seen Justin Baldoni? If she was rumored to be having an affair with Ben Affleck and then immediately having an affair with Ryan Reynolds, I mean, it's pretty fair to assume she would have jumped at the opportunity.
Ben Affleck wasn't just starring in The Town, he was directing it too. And guess who he handpicked to play his on-screen love interest? A then 23-year-old Blake Lively, fresh off Gossip Girl fame, cast opposite a 38-year-old Affleck. The age gap raised a few brows, but the real red flags didn't come until the filming started. Insiders from the set claimed Ben went above and beyond when it came to working with Blake. We're talking private coaching sessions, late-night rewrites, and a whole lot of one-on-one accent work in places no crew members were allowed. And sure, a director wanting to help his actress? Fine. But when your wife's flying cross-country to visit you on set unannounced, with the kids in tow, it's usually not because she misses your catering spread. Yep, Jennifer Garner made multiple surprise trips to the Boston set, and insiders say it wasn't out of love, it was out of suspicion. And let's not gloss over this little detail. During the Town shoot, Blake ended her years-long relationship with Penn Badgley. Just boom, done. And while neither of them gave a reason, fans noticed the breakup aligned perfectly with her ramped-up promo tour with Ben. Coincidence? That's cute. Let's not forget the press tour. Blake and Ben hit the media circuit hard. Interviews, premieres, red carpets. And while they were supposed to be talking about bank robbers, fans noticed something else. Non-stop flirting. Giggles, inside jokes, lingering glances, like two high schoolers crushing during homeroom.
Am I right? No, I don't know. And again, I don't want to shame her for living her best life, but maybe we stay away from the married man, allegedly.
At one point, Blake even gushed about how inspiring Ben was. Girl, we get it. But your timing? Sus. And meanwhile, Jennifer's stuck at home, raising 3 young kids and watching this all play out in real time. That alone would make anyone's blood boil. So now you've got a crumbling marriage, steamy movie scenes, and a press tour that looks more like a rom-com blooper reel. But if you think that was wild, wait until you see what Jennifer did after she put the pieces together. So, what did Jennifer Garner do once the Ben and Blake whispers got too loud to ignore? Did she call a press conference? Air her heartbreak on Oprah? Nope. Jennifer did something way more powerful. She went quiet. And in Hollywood, silence can be savage. First off, Jennifer reportedly forbade Ben Affleck from accepting a major project back in 2014. Sounds normal until you realize the film just so happened to star Ryan Reynolds, aka Mr. Blake Lively. And insiders say Garner's reasoning was crystal clear. If Blake's involved, Ben's not. Full stop. That move wasn't just personal, it was calculated. And it confirmed what fans had long suspected, that Jennifer saw Blake as more than just a co-star. She saw her as the reason her marriage was circling the drain.
She says this. How would you know when Napoleon's birthday is? How would you know that Jennifer Lawrence shares the same birthday? And I actually have tea on someone else who has the same birthday that I'm going to show you in a second.
But she didn't stop there. Fast forward to 2024, and Jen drops a one-liner in an interview that hits harder than any tell-all book. When asked about her past, she casually quotes her mom's advice. Don't marry a man thinking you can change him. That might sound like a Hallmark moment, until you realize it aired during the same month Blake was getting roasted for allegedly lying on Seth Meyers, and while the Ben rumors were once again going viral. Coincidence? Not a chance. And just when the internet thought it had cooled off, boom, she shows up on the Deadpool and Wolverine set, where Blake's husband, Ryan Reynolds, is headlining and delivers the now iconic line to a witch statue. This is where I commune with Blake Lively. What? That wasn't a joke. That was a sniper shot disguised as sass. See, Jennifer Garner doesn't do messy, she does meticulous. She lets the rumor mill do the talking while she just lights the match, and it's working. Every time she drops one of these shade bombs, the headlines come rushing back. Did Blake wreck the Affleck marriage? Was Garner warning us all along? Is the witch line the Hollywood version of going scorched earth? But Jen's not done yet, because this triangle, it doesn't stop with her. The next casualty, Scarlett Johansson. And trust me, her story is just as brutal. If you thought Jennifer Garner's situation was messy, wait until you hear what happened with Scarlett Johansson, because Blake didn't just rattle one Hollywood marriage.
I don't think Seth Meyers just came up with that. I think this was planned just so she could lie about her daughter being born on the same day as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence.
She might have torpedoed too. Let's rewind to 2010 again. While Blake was cozying up to Ben Affleck on The Town, she was also filming Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. At the time, Ryan was married to Scarlett Johansson. Yep, that's Scarlett. 2 A-listers, seemingly solid, until Blake entered the picture. Now, crew members from Green Lantern have since spilled some serious tea. Allegedly, Blake and Ryan were constantly disappearing between takes, skipping out together for private rehearsals that somehow kept ending in hotels. One insider said they were practically glued at the hip, on and off the set, and it didn't take long for things to spiral. Just 1 month after Green Lantern wrapped, Ryan and Scarlett dropped the bomb. They were getting divorced. Timing? Sketchy. The press release claimed it was amicable, but if you read between the lines, you could practically feel the frostbite. Scarlett never publicly named names, but her actions said everything. Since then, she's avoided Blake like she's contagious. No red carpet run-ins, no friendly Hollywood crossover moments. Zilch. And for 2 megastars in the same industry, that silence is louder than a headline, and it gets more brutal. While Blake and Ryan went public with their romance shortly after, fans started connecting the dots. She'd ended things with Penn Badgley while filming The Town. Ryan ended things with Scarlett during Green Lantern. So Blake films a movie, gets close to her married co-star, and the wife is suddenly out of the picture. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern.
And she tied it into how their birth, because of that, because of that combination of being like Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence, that's why her daughter would criticize her outfit? Huh?
Even Scarlett's closest friends were allegedly warning her. But by the time anyone could step in, Ryan was already house hunting with Blake, and the Hollywood rumor mill had moved on. For a while. But now, with the Blake backlash building and the Garner shade still trending, people are taking a second look at what really happened between Scarlett, Ryan, and the woman who always seems to show up right before things fall apart. And if you think Blake was just unlucky timing, the next section will blow that theory wide open, because this girl's track record of feuds, it goes way beyond relationships. By now, Blake Lively's Hollywood trail looks less like a red carpet and more like a battlefield. And it turns out, the drama doesn't stop at husbands, because Blake's burned bridges with more women in the industry than fans ever realized. Let's start with the Gossip Girl era. On screen, Serena and Blair were the ultimate frenemies, but off screen, the tension was very real. Multiple insiders have spilled that Blake and Leighton Meester barely spoke when the cameras weren't rolling. Leighton was all business. Blake, total PR mode and chasing next-level fame. The vibe on set got so icy, Leighton didn't even invite Blake to her wedding in 2014. Like, your co-star of 6 seasons doesn't get a wedding invite? That's cold. Then came a simple favor.
Blake Lively jokes that, quote, they made a bad decision after reports that she supposedly beat out Jennifer Lawrence for the infamous role of Serena van der Woodsen on the CW hit series Gossip Girl.
Blake starred opposite Anna Kendrick in what looked like a fun, twisted thriller. But apparently the real plot twist was behind the scenes. After filming Wrapped, Anna reportedly told friends she'd never work with Blake again. She found her high maintenance, bossy, and exhausting to be around. And if you know anything about Anna Kendrick, she's known as one of the chillest, least dramatic actors in the game. So if she's over it, you know something's up. Oh, and it doesn't stop at actresses. Even royalty caught a stray. When Kate Middleton was battling public heat over that weirdly edited family photo earlier this year, Blake posted her own airbrushed pic with a caption so sarcastic, it basically screamed, "Yeah, this is totally real." Fans immediately clocked it as a dig at Kate, and a petty one at that. Girl, what did the future queen ever do to you? But here's the thing. Blake's PR team has worked overtime for years to cover this stuff up. Every feud, downplayed, every awkward moment, drowned in cute baby photos, baking videos, and family red carpet pics with Ryan Reynolds. She's played the perfect mom, perfect wife card so hard, people almost forgot the whispers. Until now. Because with the birthday lie going viral, the Garner shade getting louder, and Scarlett's cold shoulder still in play, Blake's clean girl image is starting to look more like a very curated cover-up. And the timing couldn't be worse.
The show's co-creator Josh Schwartz recently told Vulture that the Oscar winner almost had her big break playing the stylish Upper East Sider, but the role eventually went to none other than Blake Lively. When THR caught up with Lively at the Four Seasons Los Angeles in Beverly Hills on October 10th, the actress joked that she's still not buying it. I take it with a grain of salt and think, wow, that would be really interesting if it was true, but I wonder if it's true, so I shouldn't comment on it.
Because she's also in the middle of the biggest legal fight of her career. If the past few years were the slow unraveling of Blake Lively's America's Sweetheart image, then 2025 is the year it straight up combusted, and the explosion started with one name, Justin Baldoni. Blake was cast as Lily Bloom in the film adaptation of It Ends With Us, based on Colleen Hoover's mega-hit novel. Fans weren't thrilled. Many said she was too old for the role, others felt she didn't fit the character at all. But instead of listening to the backlash, the studio doubled down. And so did Blake. That's when the real mess started. Behind the scenes, reports say Blake clashed hard with director Justin Baldoni. Sources claimed she wasn't just offering ideas, she was demanding full control, wanting script rewrites, pushing for visual changes, even reportedly trying to override casting decisions. And when Justin pushed back, things turned nasty. The tension got so heated, it escalated into legal action. Blake allegedly accused Baldoni of creating a hostile work environment. Baldoni fired back with a $400 million countersuit, claiming reputational damage and breach of contract. That's not drama. That's a full-blown PR nightmare. And the worst part? This lawsuit hit right when people were already side-eyeing Blake for that weird fake birthday claim on Seth Meyers. So instead of playing the victim, Blake suddenly looked like the aggressor, the manipulator, the one trying to spin every situation in her favor. She skipped the 2025 Met Gala. Her team went radio silent, and all those glossy couple selfies with Ryan Reynolds suddenly felt a little too staged. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni gained sympathy from fans and even fellow actors, many of whom quietly shared stories of their own Blake run-ins. What was once whispered on set started leaking to the internet, that Blake was difficult, controlling, and obsessed with image.
Affleck was born on August 15th. Huh? Is this why she knows who all the stars or anybody famous was born on August 15th? Is that she was researching Ben Affleck? Because it's alleged when she was doing the movie The Town that she cheated with Ben Affleck while he was married to Jennifer Garner.
Add Jennifer Garner's viral witch moment to the mix, and suddenly the entire industry seemed to be turning on her. Not publicly, but with that same silent, icy judgment Scarlett Johansson's been serving for years. The birthday lie was embarrassing, but the Baldoni lawsuit, that shook her reputation to the core. And we're not even done, because the lie she told on TV, that wasn't just cringe. It might be proof of something way deeper. Let's talk about the moment that made everyone do a double take, the infamous birthday lie. Blake Lively sat on Late Night with Seth Meyers, smiled her signature quirky mom smile, and casually dropped that her daughter shares a birthday with Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. August 15th? Cute? At first, yeah, until fans actually looked it up. Turns out not one of her kids was born in August. Not even close. Her daughters were born in September, October, and December. So why lie? Why make up something so oddly specific and so easily fact-checked? Here's where it gets weirder. A few weeks before that interview aired, Ryan Reynolds had said the exact same thing in a Variety chat, joking that their daughter was a dictator because she was born on Napoleon's birthday. Word for word, same fake date, same quirky delivery. So either they both made the same bizarre mistake, or this was something else. A rehearsed PR soundbite designed to attach their kid to two global icons, Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence, and casually sneak Blake into a higher pop culture bracket by association. If that sounds calculated, wait for this. Back in 2017, Blake did an interview where she said, on record, that Ryan makes up stories about their kids all the time, and that she loves it.
So he was cheating with, she was cheating with Ben Affleck, and we've seen Jennifer Garner kind of make like clips about Blake Lively, even when they were filming the latest Deadpool movie, which Jennifer Garner was in, where she compared her to Methuselah, which I have not had a chance to actually do that whole video. But isn't it bizarre?
Her words. He may as well work for the tabloids. She even admitted the stories are fake and that he runs them by her just to make her laugh. That's not charming anymore. That's alarming, because now fans aren't just side-eyeing the Napoleon thing, they're questioning everything Blake and Ryan have ever said about their private life, the viral baby moments, the funny couple roasts, the curated Instagram claps. Was any of it real? Or was it just a running script to keep up appearances? It's giving PR robot. It's giving overproduced. It's giving damage control. And when you stack this on top of affair whispers, on-set feuds, and a $400 million lawsuit, that fake birthday lie starts to look a lot less innocent and a whole lot more like a mask slipping. But what really made the mask crack? Jennifer Garner's one-word shade. And the reason it landed so hard? That's coming up next. Let's be honest. If Jennifer Garner had made that witch comment back in 2011, it might have barely made a ripple. But in 2025, that single word hit like a wrecking ball. Because this time, Jennifer wasn't just shading Blake Lively, she was co-signing a decade of whispers, and doing it while the world was finally listening. Think about it. The fake birthday lie had just blown up online. Blake's Baldoni lawsuit was turning uglier by the hour. Old footage of her flirting with Ben Affleck during the town press tour was making the rounds. And suddenly, here comes Jennifer, cool, composed, and savage, tossing out a perfectly placed witch jab while standing next to a Scarlet Witch statue on the Deadpool and Wolverine set. Coincidence? Please. That one moment tapped into everything fans had been side-eyeing for years. The cheating rumors, the fake marriage perfection, the performative interviews. And now, people weren't just laughing at the birthday story, they were calling out Blake's entire public image as one giant fairy tale. Worse, Garner didn't need to say anything else. That's the part that stings. She didn't do a tell-all. She didn't post a Notes app confession. She just said one word. And because it came from her, Hollywood's moral compass, the woman who held her family together during Ben's darkest days, it mattered. It gave weight to every headline people had once shrugged off. And now, fans are switching sides. Where Blake once owned the cool, clever mom vibe, she's now getting dragged for being manipulative, calculated, and attention-hungry. Meanwhile, Garner's shade is being hailed as the most elegant revenge in recent celebrity history. Even Gossip Girl stans are chiming in, saying it's giving Blair Waldorf energy, silent, strategic, and devastatingly effective. It wasn't just a clapback, it was a cold reminder. Blake's chaos didn't happen in a vacuum. It left behind real wreckage, failed marriages, broken friendships, and burned professional bridges. And now that Jennifer has spoken, even if just in one sly sentence, the industry isn't protecting Blake anymore. The Golden Girl glow is gone. And the next question isn't whether she recovers, it's whether she ever really was who she claimed to be in the first place. The fairy tale's fading, so what's Blake's next move? We'll be watching.